welcome back to the Daily Dog Walk, and we're still sitting on the bench in Mildenhall, wrapping up our chat before we finally brave the cold and head back home. This one starts with me thinking about my 15-year-old self and where all of this really began for me. So let's get back to the conversation.
The 15-year-old version of me would have been like, what the fuck is going on right now? Like, what? You let him do what? And you what? What? Do you know what I mean? Like, seriously. And I was like, right, she's going to kick my ass. And like, seriously, I looked at myself objectively as my 15-year-old self and I fixed everything as her. I did what she would have done.
Nice.
She put herself into care when she was 15. So I thought, do you know what? What do I need to do? I can't put myself into care, but I can make those people accountable. And that's when I realised I had to talk. I had to speak up. I had to tell my story. Oh, come in. I didn't know if anybody was going to listen. And I thought, how can I make them listen? And that's when I thought I'd do the podcast. And that's how this is all come from. My 15-year-old self. One of the things that the reason I didn't have children until I was later, I'm 31, I had my first child. And I didn't want children. And the reason I didn't want children is because I thought that I was going to find out about my mum. Now, I'm nothing like my mum, like nothing at all. But you just don't know. I didn't know what motherhood was like. I didn't think I just thought is it like a switch? And then all of a sudden you're going to get this baby and you're going to not, do you know? I don't know. I just didn't know. And then literally when I felt, because I was this anti, you've got a child, go over there. Do you know what I mean? I literally didn't want children, didn't like them, wasn't interested in them. I was indifferent. It wasn't that I didn't like them. I was just indifferent. Wasn't around them enough. And then when I had my baby, it's like a light switch went and I turned into the most maternal person you've ever. Baking cookies, apron, literally all the neighbourhood kids at my house. You know what I mean? And amazing. Do you know what I mean? And I would have had, and I'm gutted. I'm absolutely gutted. And I would have had more children if I realised motherhood was like this. I don't care. I don't care about being default mum, parent. Do you know what I mean? I love being default parent. Love everything about motherhood. Do you know what I mean? And I'm gutted that my mum ruined that for me.
But she didn't. You've got two beautiful girls.
I know. I wish I would have had more though. I really do. I do. I wish I would have had a whole half a dozen. Do you know what I mean? I do. I really do. I'm absolutely disappointed with myself. I should have started having children when I was earlier in age. But, yeah, I've got a career. But I don't think that's more important. Do you know what I mean? I think family is more important. And this is why I get disappointed, because this is what I'm like. And the fact that my family didn't want me in their life. I'm like, why? I don't understand. Do you see what I mean?
They didn't know you.
I don't understand that. I'm the most family orientated, I don't know. I love to give. I want to be around my mum. I wanted to help her. I wanted to support her, but I don't get that back. And then I look at myself and I'm like, why? Am I that bad? Do you know what I mean? And I've started to realise now that, no, I'm not. That actually people are really shitty people. People are just shitty. They are shitty human beings. Do you know what I mean?
And they don't know sometimes. You're portrayed a certain way. Yeah. And they don't know.
No. And that is another thing as well. Another thing that I got really annoyed about was the fact that they didn't ask. And that's what I said. Yeah, you didn't know. Okay, because a lot of the information and a lot of the details about my abuse and that they didn't know about. So there's me thinking in my head, oh, they knew and they just ignored it. That wasn't the case at all. A lot of things they didn't know about. Okay, and if they would have known, would it have been any different? Well, I don't know. I don't know. Thank you.
You said to me earlier about how am I doing, and obviously I said I've had a lot of therapy, and I've dealt with a lot of stuff, and I'm in a really good place with it all now. But there's one thing, and that's one thing recently that's made me really angry. There's still some people in my dad's family that I've had contact with, my uncle and my aunt, and one thing, every time I see them, they just want to talk about it. Talk about it.
Yeah.
And when they do, it's always like, oh, we didn't know. Every time. And I'm like, do you know what? I heard you.
Yeah.
You didn't know. But then the more I think about it, like you just said, they'll tell me stories about my dad when he was young. They'll tell me stories about when my mum was young and married to my dad and how they worried about her and the things they saw. And then they tell me stories about things they saw when I was little that they didn't agree with. And I'm like, so you did see.
You did see, yeah.
You did see.
Yeah, you did.
And I'm like, and you sit here and who are you trying to convince here that you don't know?
Exactly that.
Me or you?
Exactly that.
And then it just makes me angry because I'm like, I think about the kids around in my life and how I keep an eye out. You know,
yes,
where I work, there's a lot of safeguarding training and keeping an eye on people if something's not right.
Yeah.
And we have an whole email just called Something's Not Right at Havebury.com, you know. And if something just doesn't feel right, you know. And as adults, that's our responsibility to keep an eye out. And I just think all these adults around me, and nobody said a bloody word. And I know back then, it wasn't the thing. I'm sorry, you never said anything. There was one time, and this really winds me up, but there's one time, I don't know if I told you this story about the man that took me out the day. So I tell you that? So there was this guy, he was like an organ player at our caravan site where we used to go. Yeah. And he was always hanging around us and everything, in Yarmouth. Yeah. And one day he came to our house in Beck Road and he asked my mum if I could go with him because he was going to play organ in Essex. Oh, okay. Can Katie come? Yeah. Why? Yeah. I was like 11 or 12. Yeah. Why? Yeah. Right? But mum was like, oh, she can go. Now, my uncle and aunt, when I raised this with them, because this come up in hypnotherapy, bizarrely, they said, we remember that day. Because we remember going, Margie, don't let her go with him. Why would you let her go? And they were really uncomfortable with it. And my aunt said to me, your uncle nearly come after you. But he didn't. Because back then, maybe we should just mind our business, whatever. Off he goes with me. Bottle of drink in the car for me, bottle of sherry. Obviously some sort of drug in it, because halfway through this organ concert thing, I can remember vividly the room spinning and everything going strange. And I don't remember anything after that. Thank God. Because then I get brought home at 2 a.m, completely unconscious. They just think I'm asleep. Put me to bed. A year later, he takes his sister out for the day, who's like 13. And Teresa comes home really, really upset. He tried to take her to this sauna where they get undressed and stuff, and he made her really uncomfortable. Oh, now it's Teresa. Suddenly everybody's involved. We get the police, we change the locks, everybody, because it's Teresa, she's a lot more important. So everybody's a big hoo-ha. Yeah. And he's asked to come back to the site and all this stuff. A year after that, he's in the paper for abusing his stepchildren. Nobody in any of this has remembered he took me out for an entire evening alone. God knows what he did, right? Now, it was just an old people's thing. So in Essex, it had to have ended, 10 o'clock? Yeah. Where was I till 2 a.m? Yeah. And the only thing I'm thankful for is that I don't have any remember. I was obviously drugged and I don't remember anything. Yeah. But they sit and tell me, oh God, we remember that day. We nearly come after you. What? If I sat there and I would be like, what the hell are you playing at, mate? Get out. Yeah. You're not taking her. Yeah, exactly. If that was my niece or nephew, I'd be like, I don't care what your parents says, you can clear up.
Yeah, exactly that.
What? Yeah. And I just think
people can say it's a different world all they like, do you know what I mean? But it's about doing the right thing for the right thing.
Yeah. You don't watch a kid go off with a stranger.
You don't. You absolutely
And
don't.
I just think, and it just really winds me up that every time I'm there, they want to bring it up. And I'm like, do you know what? Go and deal with your own issues.
Yeah.
Your issues aren't mine. Yeah. I've processed that. Yeah. You clearly need to deal with your own over it.
Yeah. But absolutely.
It's not my issue anymore. But that has been really making me angry to the point where I'm just like, I don't want to see them.
And you don't want to see, I was about to say, you don't want to put yourself around those people.
No. No, because I don't want to be hurtful to them. I know they had their own reasons, their own issues and, discomfort and, a different time. I get it. But at the same, and they probably couldn't have done a lot, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to appease you. I don't want to sympathise with you. I don't want to tell you it's okay.
Yeah, to make them feel better, isn't it?
I don't want to. And if you keep bringing it up, I'm going to tell you straight how I feel. Yeah. And it's going to hurt you. Yeah. So I'm best just staying away.
I know I've got, now I'm reconnected, and you said something as well to me about when I'm reconnected with my family and about, them, what they bring, do you know what I mean, to this relationship now, do you know what I mean? You're absolutely right. I don't know if you got to the last episode of the podcast, I clearly say in there, I mean, it's not to be offensive towards them or anything, but I don't need them now. Yeah. I don't. I thought I needed them. for a really long time because I was so sad about not having this family and not having people in my life that cared about me. But I've got my life to a certain point now where I wanted them in my life. I don't need them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's the difference. I want them in my life now. Do you know what I mean? I've made that choice to have them in my life, but I don't need them, and I can got them tomorrow. And it won't bother me at all. I could walk away from them now, and I'll be happy. Okay, for the rest of my life, I wouldn't have to. It wouldn't bother me. Do you know what I mean? Could I have said that a year ago? No. Do you know what I mean? Because I needed to hear from them. Do you know what I mean? I needed, to understand from their point of view why you weren't there for me. Do you know what I mean? Now I have those answers,
Yeah.
Now I have that, it's that closure I needed. I can kind of step a little bit away from that. But I'm concerned now for very much the same reasons, My auntie said something very similar to me not that long ago. And what did she say? She said, I wish you'd have come to me. And I didn't bite on that, but I'm not going to lie. When she said it, it made me think, why would I have come to you? You weren't. I went to the people that were there who were available, who made themselves available to me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Who made themselves trustworthy to me. Do you know what I mean? She threw me under the bus to my mum. Do you know what I mean? She wasn't available emotionally to me at all. She never made herself emotionally available to me. So why would I go to her?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that annoyed me. And I thought, I'm not going to bite on that. I'm not even, because I could bring up something I can, bring up more shit. We could keep this going, couldn't we?
I know.
But I don't want to.
But it's the same thread. Like,
It
the
is.
adults that are around when all this is going on, why would you go to them?
Yeah, exactly.
They were there.
Exactly. So why?
You were the child.
Yeah. Why would I need to go to you?
No.
Do you know what I mean? Somebody should have come to me and gone, what's going on with this child? What are you doing and what are you doing? No, I'm taking her. She can stay with me. Da, da, da. But nobody did that. No one did that. And, that in itself, makes me angry when I think about it. But at the same time, I need to put a line under it if I want to have a relationship with these people. And that's the key word, if I want to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, and that's where I'm at now with this. And your words, this is what I love about our relationship, because you challenge me in that sense. And sometimes I think our feelings do need to be challenged.
Yeah.
They really do. And that's why it's important to have people who understand what we're going. I really do.
I think it's the same thing, like the codependency things is the challenge I needed. There was a point where Paul and I, we split up for a couple of months. We fell out really bad, and I didn't understand what was going on. I didn't understand who this man that just seemed to love me so much and I was so happy with suddenly got really withdrawn and distant,
Yeah.
And then I was just trying to hold on even tighter, and he was getting worse. And, oh my God.
Yeah.
And when that was when I got to a phone. And then my mum actually was really worried about me. She called my work. She called this woman, Fran, at my work, who was wonderful. And they sent me to private therapy.
Wow.
She's amazing.
Yeah, that is really good.
Yeah.
Really
and this therapist sat with me, and she'd obviously listened to all the reasons I was coming up with. But really, when it came to it, she sat me down and she was like, right, so here's the problem, right? This is your life, this pie.
Yeah.
Right? Now, I told you the pie thing.
No, but I like it already. I was already thinking of pizza.
Honestly, I love her so much. She said, this is your life, it's a pie, right? Right now,
yeah,
Paul is all of your pie.
Yes.
And then you've got a little bit here, it's your kids, a little bit that's work, right?
Yeah.
She said, what you need to do, you need to fill up your pie.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I like pie.
And I say that all the time to people. I'm like, I need to fill my pie. Come on, let's make plans. Right?
Yes.
And she's like, you need to fill your pie up. You need to fill your pie up. So only a little bit of it is full.
Yeah.
She went, then if he's missing, it's okay.
Yeah.
Because your pie's really full. She went, even, and this cracked me up, she went, even one day you might want to spit that bit out.
Get off my pie.
And it's all right.
Yeah.
Because your pie's so full.
Yeah.
So it won't be such a massive thing if they're not there. And she recognised that codependency in me.
Yeah.
And when I started, it's funny because I thought it was Paul, and why didn't he love me and all of this? And when I started working on myself, he came back to me.
Yes. Yeah.
And actually, it wasn't him at all.
Yeah.
And once I changed my behaviour, his behaviour towards me changed.
Yeah.
And it all just You know,
I absolutely 100%.
and he knows that now. He knows my pie is full.
Yeah,
You know, he's a part of it, and he's a really important part of it.
Yeah,
but he's not all of it.
Yeah,
you know, and if he was gone, although it would absolutely break my heart, don't get me wrong, I'd be okay.
I love the pie analogy because I thought that I've said this to Pete before. You know, when I'm not trying to get him off the hook or anything, but when he had the affair, and I said to him afterwards, I was like, you know, to be fair, this is a bit on me because I think I gave him too much power over me.
Yeah.
I gave him too much.
Yeah.
What you did shouldn't have devastated me as it did. Do you know what I mean? But because I had nothing else. I had no family. I don't have mum. I don't have dad. I don't have aunties. I don't have uncle. I don't have cousins. I don't have all of that. And because I didn't have any of that, I put it all on him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He was my everything. And that's when I realised that was so unhealthy. It was, you know, so exactly the same as you. He was my pie. Do you know what I mean? He was all my pie.
It's overwhelming being that other person, I think.
Yes, and that's
I don't know, because I've always been all right with it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, I will be your everything. That's fine.
I know.
But it must be exhausting.
And that's what
suffocating.
That's exactly what I said. So I'm not saying that he was well within his rights to do. No, he fucking wasn't. Do you know what I mean? He should have, you know, treated me with respect and all of that. But at the same time, you know, his mental health has also got to be put into consideration here as well. Do you know what I mean? But that's another podcast episode.
It is a whole one.
Yeah, that's another one. Oh, do you know what? It's been really lovely doing this, hasn't it? Really lovely.
Thanks for sitting with us today. That one was a little heavier, but these conversations really matter. Next time we'll keep going and hear more of Katie's story. Join us next time.